dad was protecting him. My son is not a thief. He's going to definitely pay you back. Blah, 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 blah. Dodges us. He stops picking up our phone calls. At one point, he says, I can't control my son. We go and we reach out to prominent figures of his tribesmen. Now, a little insight on how our Muslim culture works is if somebody carries your particular family name or clan's name, what that initially means is he's or her are under that clan's protection, and that they're responsible for him. Just because we're in America, that doesn't negate that.
Right.
You know, that's something that we still today, if I would do something wrong, people would reach, and they couldn't solve it with me, people would reach out to my clansmen and they would, my head leaders, and they would solve it. They would need to solve it for their reputation. So we did do that. Some guy named Rami Jebara, who owns the jewelry spot in New Jersey, says, hey, I'll take care of it. He's not going anywhere. I'm going to have that sit down with you. He's definitely going to pay. Bop, 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 bop. Nothing. Then we discover why. At one point, he knew, at one point, he was writing checks to the jewelry guy. So there might be a case where there's money laundering going on between him.
Wait,
and
who is writing checks to who? Jay was writing checks.
Jebara's writing checks to the jeweler. Yes. Yeah. We did find out that he was, interacting with him on other ventures. He said that he was owed money and that Jay got him for money and whatnot, and he was just trying to accumulate his money back, and that was the only reason he would even let him step foot into the jewelry spot. Then we come to find out that he's doing business with him, and at one point the money that was given to him in cash was being put into the jeweler's vault. Let
me ask you, what's going to come of Jay Mazini? He still has a platform of 900,000 followers. He's still doing this like Bitcoin thing. And it's declining for sure, but he's trying to still get people with this Bitcoin thing. What do you see as the end game here? Right? Because he doesn't have the money. I can almost bet you he either lost it or he made a stupid bet because he thought he was going to double the money or something. Yeah. I mean, otherwise, he probably have paid you guys back now, or he thinks he's going to get away with it. I mean, where do you think his head's at? You've dealt with him more than I have.
Yeah, I've sat with him again numerous times, because at one point we couldn't get him and his partner to sit down with. Noor Rabah for some odd reason, he didn't want to see him and he didn't want to sit with him to reconcile this. So I was forced to constantly be in between and try to reconcile between them to try to fix this issue. So all the victims, especially me, to get my money back. Where do I see this going? Honestly, I'm hoping to God, I hope he rots in jail. And in every sit down that we have them on audio. They never say that they don't owe us money. In every audio, it's just give us time. We're going to pay you back. We don't have it now. Our son is he's doing these ridiculous giveaways. He has these vendors that that give him $1 million credit line that he can. When floodgates opened up and they said, hey, we're not paying you back, we don't owe you money, it was our partner that robbed us and you got to go after him, technically you gave him the money, blah 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 blah. Then we said, screw it, we're gonna blow things completely out of proportion. We're gonna illuminate everything that we've come in light with, especially with information with the jewelers, information with warehouses that were rented to box those stupid clothing lines. This ridiculous Mazini crap. All right.
I'll pay to give you $40,000 if you buy 10 of my products. Those ridiculous things.
Ridiculous. And it was at that point when we called him out for that, because he said, I'm going to be paying you back from the clothing line and what I'm making. We're like, wait a minute. Based on what we're seeing, that's a scam. You're going to pay us back with other people's money? That's a scam. And that's when he blocked us completely. Nobody was getting any answers from this monkey. I have messages. I have constant trying to threaten me and threaten my life and threaten my family's, my wife's life.
He threatened your wife's life?
Saying that he's going to send thugs over to my house.
Now, let me ask you, so you talk about other victims. The lawsuit mentions $10 million. I've heard it could be more than that. Do you know how much total was invested in this thing?
I believe that number is accurate as far as principles wise, but that's not what people were expecting to accumulate, to collect.
How much do you think was, like, if you actually said how much everyone had accumulated at that point. I mean, you would have if you had the money in almost a year, that's probably about 100%, given what you were telling me about, like 15% a month, some months, 20% every 3 months. I mean, you probably would have doubled your money, $7 million that just didn't exist.
Yeah, I would have retired. At 32, I would have retired. But it's okay, man. Money will come back. We know that. I mean, we trust in our judicial system. We trust that, you know, there are people out there that are listening, that do care about these victims and are gonna deliver justice. There's no way he's gonna get away with it. Absolutely not. It's not just
agree.
me. I'm the most vocal about it, and that's because I have a backing of my own claim.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. I mean, I appreciate you speaking out. And yes, there are people watching, there are people listening, and we do want to see this guy go to justice. I hope whoever the proper authorities get involved. I'm just here to shine a light on this because I saw this guy scamming with his clothing line. I mean, I saw it way back then, and I was trying to blow that up and let people know. And now he's got this halal capital. Now he's got the Bitcoin scam. I mean, the amount of trails of victims he's leaving, he doesn't understand how serious this is, but I have a feeling he's going to understand.
And that's
soon.
the problem. I don't understand why he plays the victim card. I mean, I looked at his post today. You know, it's almost he believes his lies. It's almost I don't know, maybe it's almost narcissist. It's weird. It's unbelievable. It's unfathomable.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Muhammad. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for shedding light on this guy, man, helping us do that.
Absolutely. Happy to. Anybody want to say anything else? Good to see you, man. Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming by.
God bless. Thank you. Bye.
God bless you guys.
I know what you mean. This ain't what it seemed. Nothing but a trick. Trying to sell me on a dream, but that was where you lost me. Wake up and smell the coffee.